G'day legends. First of all, as always, if you're a legend and you subscribe to my channel, please chuck a like on. And if you want to be a legend, all you have to do is join the channel and then hit the like button. All right, let's get going. First of all, apologies for, I put a short out yesterday saying that last night I would do a long form video, the one I'm doing right now. It's 24 hours late. That is because I have had to travel to Sydney, and you know, when you're traveling, I just didn't get it fit in with what I was doing at the time. So also that's given time for the FOMC meeting to happen in America. So the reason I was going to put the video out yesterday was because the Genius bill has been passed in the lower house, I think it is for America, but it's it's basically passed. It was a landslide, should get through the next stage, and should be fully passed. So that was bullish news for crypto in the short to medium and even long term. But there's also people that think it could lead to a CBDC for America. As we all know, America's the leader. That's why we care about what they do. So we'll dive into it. But also today, while I was driving to the airport down in Victoria, I listened to the whole FOMC meeting, pretty much the whole thing, including the question time. Just so you know, if you're looking into trading, trading's not for new people as far as leverage trading and all that type of thing. Never trade during the FOMC meeting unless you know what you are doing, because it's very, very volatile. He can make one statement that's good, and crypto will go up, and then the very next sentence could come out and be seen as bad, and crypto will dump. So just be careful of those type of things if you're new and you're looking into sort of leveraging. It's a risky time. Now, just so you guys know how much, obviously I do it for myself because I need to know these things, but I also do it so I can pass on the information to you guys. Listening to the FOMC meeting and Jerome Powell talk is like, excuse the statement I'm about to make if it's offensive to you, I apologize, but it is like dragging your balls across the asphalt. It is painful. But I got through it. And do you know what happened? What we got through the end? Big old nothing. We already knew that they weren't going to raise rates as much as we all hoped, 3 months ago they were. And it was looking like at that time it was. All the statistics and all the little things they drop had led us to believe we weren't going to get a rate cut over for America, and we didn't. And the reason we want a rate cut as crypto holders is because it frees up liquidity. It essentially means there's going to be way more money flow coming back in, that type of thing. Anyway, so they always say it's priced in, and to a degree this time it probably was priced in. So there wasn't a big drop or anything. And as far as I'm concerned, apart from the war that's going on overseas, we have nothing really holding crypto back now. We knew the FOMC meeting was coming, and we knew we weren't going to get a rate cut. That's now happened, which creates stability. All markets like stability. I always say that. They like to know what's going on. So we thought we weren't going to get a rate cut. We didn't get a rate cut. That's now confirmed. Markets are happy. We should go up. We also got the Genius Act. Now, I was trying to work out how to, I'm going to not be rude, but how to dumb down what the Genius Act, Genius Bill over in America is for a video. Instead of doing that, which I had thought of, and I started to, work it down. I was going to write down. I went, you know what? I'll just go to ChatGPT and get it to write it for me. And so that's what I've done. So I'm just going to read it from my laptop. First of all, basic breakdown of the Genius Act for crypto bullishness refers to the clever or strategic moves that drives optimism and price surges in the crypto market. Sorry if the camera's shaking. I'm trying to hold it with my left arm, and I've just been doing push-ups, so I'm a bit sore. I'm doing there's a push-up challenge in Australia for mental illness and suicide awareness, and so over 21 days, I think it is, I have to do 3,207 push-ups. I do push-ups and sit-ups. You're allowed to do a little bit of both, or whatever you want. But for me, because I've got a sticky shoulder, but I've got stronger this year. I've done way more push-ups than sit-ups. Last year, I had to do more sit-ups, and that is because 3,207 people passed away from mental illness and / suicide last year. This is something that I don't like. I have had things close to family and friends in this regard, so I raise money for it. So I'm just explaining that. Sorry, you guys probably didn't need to know that, but that's why the camera's shaking, because I've got a sore shoulder / arm. All right. So narratives for this bill. No, I don't need that bit. I'm going to duck down. At the bottom, it put here we go. Why the US Genius Bill is good for crypto. We've got we've got clarity in regulation. Sorry, tongue-tied. The biggest barrier for the US crypto firms has been uncertainty, especially from the SEC. Bills like FIT21 start defining which cryptos are securities and commodities, giving crypto companies a clear framework to operate in. Why it's genius. Clarity reduces the fear for investors and institutions. It unlocks growth. It encourages innovation. These bills don't try to ban crypto, they embrace it. As we all know, the old SEC were trying to ban crypto. They allow companies to launch an experiment in the US without immediate legal risk. It keeps the US at the forefront of the blockchain tech and prevents brain drain. So basically, they want to get the scientists and tech guys to do it over there. Institutions like BlackRock, Fidelity, and banks want rules before diving in. With regulatory framework, I'm really struggling with that word, they can legally and safely deploy billions into crypto. Institutions can now join without fear of the SEC lawsuits, equals bullish inflows. Sets global standards. What the US does, many other countries copy. A strong and fair US framework may become the global template for crypto regulation. The US leadership builds global confidence and adoption. Distinguishes decentralized projects. Good bills separate tokens from the teams behind them. Bitcoin and Ethereum may be treated as commodities, not securities. It protects truly centralized projects from over-regulation. So we've got and then it gives me even a dot point summary. The benefit, regulatory clarity, encourages growth and reduces legal risks. Innovation support, startups stay and build in the US. Institutional access, big money can enter safely. Global influence, US sets the tone for other countries. And fair classification, projects core crypto assets like BTC and ETH. All right, so that's that bit. Now, I was going to show you guys some other things, but I've realized I have started this video without putting on the cloning thing over the top of the camera. So I'm just going to have to read them to you. All right, let's go to our market cap. For Bitcoin, so I'm looking at crypto bubbles right now. Bitcoin right now is trading at 104,816. Its low was 103,700 for the day, and the high was 105. So we're basically ranging. If we go to the week, we have fluctuated from 103 roughly up to 108 and then back down to 104. So, and that was a fairly steep shoot up at the time. I might turn the camera around. I'll just show you guys. I know that's not the most professional way to do it, but we'll have to go with it. How do I turn this one around? Nah, sorry guys. This one doesn't have the little flicky button. You mustn't be able to do it while it's on, or I don't want to click that one. It'll take a photo of me, I'd say. Yep, took a photo of myself. All right, anyway. Basically for the week, Aerodrome is up 73%. ARB is up 31. Jitto is up 15. Kaya is up 8, and Bitcoin Cash is up 8%. Everything else basically looks like it is red, and they're all down, like 6 to 11%. I'll give you a quick look. I'll turn it around. Sorry, I know not very professional, but I'm not at home and I don't have all my gear. Even then, I'm not that professional to start with, so this is really unprofessional. But I want you guys to have the gossip. All right, the FOMC meeting. Just back to that. One thing that did come out that I paid attention to was right now the US interest rate is 4.5%. All of their projections aligned from the people in the FOMC, like the board, not just the head, Jerome Powell. It looks like by the end of the year, they expect the interest rate to be 3.9. So it will be down 0.6%. By the end of the year, that's what they all predicted. That was the median prediction. I like hearing that. So that'll give us at least probably 225s and a 10%, 0.10 cut. All right, what else was I going to do for you? So I had it all loaded up on my phone. The Bitcoin RSI. The RSI is the relative strength indicator for Bitcoin. And basically, it runs from 30 to 70. 50's in the middle of those two numbers. Below 50 is generally what we call a good, it could be a good buying time for you if you like that type of thing. It's an indicator you can put with other things. Right now we are at 45.5. Anything over 70 is a time to look at selling generally, because it means you'll be close to topping out. So there's a peak here that went over 70, got to 76, and then it sold off all the way back down to 30, right on that 30 mark. So generally anything that hits that 30 or below 30 in a bull market, a bear market, is a good time to scoop up Bitcoin. Anything over the 70, you start looking at selling. So right now we're at 45. It's below 50, so that that's in the lower the set bottom half. So that's not too bad of a spot for buying. Generally, not financial advice ever on this channel, just for entertainment and education. All right, and we will go to the Fear and Greed Index. It helps if you spell it right. I'll try that one. One of these Fear and Greed indexes has lately just wouldn't open the actual thing for me. Right, today we are at 57 in greed. Yesterday we were in neutral at 52. Last week we were in greed at 71. So that means we've come down. We have come down. 57 leads me to feel that, especially because we're coming down, being up at 71 last week, that people aren't feeling as confident as last week. That's basically what it means. It's just sentiment. And they take all that from surveys, internet posts. It's just like the AI stuff that grabs it, and then they put all the data together. Fear and Greed, RSI, Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance today is still high, 64.89%. Now, something for you people that are at that same level as me, where you look at your Bitcoin dominance and stuff. I was listening to Eric Crown, who is a Bitcoin chart. He's a bit of a Bitcoin maxi. He's a Bitcoin charter, and he is the best person I've found whatsoever on charts. He's just very, very good. He gives you a percentage on whether you'll be like, this thing happens 57% of the time, and then goes, but remember that means 43% of the time it loses. And so he's just very, very good. And he said that people should not be as influenced by the Bitcoin dominant chart. He said a better chart, if that's what you're looking for to read how Bitcoin is going against everything else, is the total 3 market cap, I believe it's called. And so I looked it up before, but it's hard to show you guys because the lights just turned off. Hotel must have it on a timer or something. Anyway, so total 3 is like it has a chart at the a chart at the bottom for altcoins, and then it has just Bitcoin, and then it has the two of them together. And what you want is for the total crypto market cap. Sorry, I can see that now. There's a shadow. The total crypto market cap to go up, the altcoin market cap to go up, and the Bitcoin one to drop off against the altcoin one. So that's the best as I can explain it. I will show it next time on. I've got it loaded up on my phone, as I said, but then I forgot to put on the mirroring thing, and I can't start it after I've started the video. So, yes, that is the end of all of our information today, I believe. I'm very sorry for the poor video quality that I've given you today. I have given you as much information as I can in this video, though, so if you've got to this point, I'd really appreciate it if you chuck a like on, share it around, whatever. Send it to someone else that you know may need it. Don't get rich in crypto by yourself. Or as I always say, do something nice for someone else. Crypto Bogan out.